The Coin Lady channel is glad to have you back. Today, I'd want to discuss XRP. Let me begin with this current XRP-related legal action. The US watchdog backs the motion to unseal the records involving him. Washington-based watchdog group Empower Oversight has backed a move by Roslyn Layton. The motion dated February 21 and asked Judge Annalisa Torres to refuse a December 22 ND motion by the US SEC. Ripple argued that the case for public release of some human speech papers it submitted in support of its summary judgment petition, thus the court should seal those documents. The requirement for courts to be held accountable and for the public to have faith in the administration of justice underpins the presumption right to access judicial papers granted to the press and the public by the First Amendment and federal common law. Hence, it appears that we will be able to view such records involving him. In the end, I'm curious to see the results of that. Only XRP, please. An attorney clarifies the SEC flaw in relation to the ripple effect. Representative for XRP investors, attorney John Deaton, has stated again that the SEC's argument on XRP's credentials and the on-demand liquidity service is fallacious. After reading this in the SEC's Dorbit motion, Deaton took issue with the term underwriters to describe XRP holders. According to the SEC motion, while reselling XRP back into the public markets, those who use the XRP on-demand liquidity service are effectively playing the role of underwriters. Since XRP is headed to the moon and we plan to sell some of our cryptocurrency back to the public market at some point in the future, that makes you and me underwriters. The answer is no, that won't. Moreover, I think that's unfair because we're not underwriters. We're merely profiteers as investors. It has been speculated that in the absence of legislation, the SEC Gov has been exercising its own discretion in matters of crypto regulation and enforcement. Gary Gensler has shown a desire to destroy the entire structure. That is, if I can have you. Nobody can do it. SEC. According to the CEO of Circle, this organization is not the right watchdog for stable currency. Gary's hands should never be near any kind of crypto. We now have proof of his rotten character. To add insult to injury, I think the whole SEC is under jeopardy when the SDO Hinman documents are made public. A judge in federal court determined that these symbols unambiguously represent a positive financial return. We always see the rocket ship, the graph showing the graph rising upwards, and then the money bags, and we like to remind users of these emojis of the legal consequences of their use. You can find them discussing cryptography on every major social media platform. So, they were in higher demand than ever before today. In spite of the judge at the federal court. As an example of how David Schwartz was looking to fill the role of chief software architect, consider the following. Ripple's chief technology officer, David Schwartz, took to Twitter on February 24 to expose the email conversation that led to his hiring by Jed McCaleb, co-founder of Ripple and Stellar and the architect behind the XRP ledger. Application for the post of lead software engineer, sent by email on September 17, 2011. Schwartz sent an email expressing interest in the post and highlighting his knowledge of cryptocurrency as well as his decades of experience in software development. He talks about how he's been working on a Bitcoin alternative and how he's involved in the Bitcoin community. Schwartz later tweeted that a decentralized storage network called Coin would have been the closest to filing for this project. But he did point out that this was back when the notion was still in its conceptual beginnings. The next day, McCaleb replied to the email and indicated that he was interested in meeting with Schwartz to talk more about the position. Your forum post has been seen. A potential employer would be foolish to pass up your application after reviewing your resume. We'd want to get together with you and discuss this further. Are you a frequent visitor to the Bay Area? The man put pen to paper. Schwartz was hired by Ripple in September 2011 after an exchange with which led to his promotion to lead software developer. He started as a cryptographer and worked his way up to become the CTO. I felt compelled to tell you that because it illuminates David's journey to his current position. And I hold David Schwartz in the highest esteem. Dollar value of XRP. The whales clomp along, transporting several XRP. Actually, this occurs rather frequently. Many believe that the whales have inside information about the litigation against Ripple and that this could be the case's final chapter. Still, a great deal of XRP has been changing hands recently, and the market itself is showing signs of shift. Bitcoin is not the only one gaining steam. Republican Tom Emmer has introduced legislation to prohibit Federal Reserve CBDC. The Federal Reserve's issuance of a central bank digital currency was the subject of a bill sponsored by Republican Congressman Tom Emmer on the 22nd of February. To ensure the privacy of American people financial information, the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act forbids the Federal Reserve from establishing a CBDC without first receiving approval from lawmakers. Emmer suggested that authorities and regulatory agencies may utilize a CBDC to track and regulate citizens' spending, which would violate their right to financial privacy and freedom. It is encouraging that preparations are being made for a CBDC in advance. The release of a CBDC remains an inevitability. I'm still convinced they'll manufacture a crisis to justify implementing it without a vote. Maxine Waters has demanded that all regulatory bodies in the United States work together to shine a light on the cryptocurrency market. To that end, it's prudent to keep an eye out for the possibility of forthcoming rules. Maxine Waters, on the other hand, is another individual who has no business discussing cryptocurrency. Take a look at her close relationship with Sam Bankman-Fried and how she treats him like he isn't a criminal as she does everything she can to keep him in her good graces. As crypto mining, energy consumption, and impending regulation are all topics that Senator Elizabeth Warren is leading the effort to learn more about. I also expect that Bitcoin mining outside of the US will be subject to regulation. It's not wanted in this area. In the future, they will find a way to eliminate everything that isn't environmentally friendly. All indicators point in that direction. Elizabeth Warren is leading the Senate's battle against cryptography. Again, he's the one in command when it comes to cryptocurrency, but she connects it to anti-money laundering regulations and expresses concern that we won't pay our taxes. She's curious as to how much crypto we have stashed away in secure locations. This woman wants both you and I to stop using crypto. She would have already gotten rid of all the small investors if she could. She is primarily interested in serving herself and the large financial institutions. Cryptocurrency, according to the chairman of the BIS, has been decisively defeated by fiat currency. He's a total farce, this guy. I have something to share with you. Future-proofing your finances. Crypto is here to stay. Sadly, Bjorn has a terminal illness. It's inevitable that the US currency will fail. All that's needed is some time. Nothing is stopping it now. Debt and hollow assurances support it. In addition, I have no clue why he said it, as he is perpetually discussing XP and XLM. A cash flow emergency occurred in the past. RLA Orderly Liquidation Authority Bailins and ODL On-Demand Liquidity Ripple, XRP. Bank of International Settlements will be used by the banks first to resolve the issue. Now, I'm concerned about bail-ins because I think it will consume a lot of people's money when it occurs, and many people don't yet realize it's coming. I anticipate that the liquidity problem will hit the entire world at the same time. And now they are being forced to introduce XRP. I think they are intentionally driving everyone and everything in that way. Raised by the Federal Reserve, banks become aware of the liquidity situation due to the spotlight on cryptocurrency. Now I've read this several times. Due to the unpredictability of the size and timing of deposit inflows and outflows, the statement warned that certain sources of funding from businesses associated to crypto assets may offer heightened liquidity risk to banking organizations. When the time comes for crypto to really take off, I believe there will be concern as well. Those that own cryptocurrency may decide to liquidate some of their holdings. There will be a liquidity price crisis if the money is deposited in a bank and then quickly withdrawn. Yet, many financial institutions are heavily invested in cryptocurrencies, and the market for them is notoriously unpredictable. That might be a problem for them, too. Just because the market is tanking doesn't mean you should panic. If you're holding XRP, you should do nothing except wait for the phoenix to rise from the ashes. You are a crypto investor, therefore you know that there will be periods when crypto appears to be at its worst. Since you maintained your composure all the way until 2022, nothing can shake your resolve now. You will succeed in reaching your goal. I upload encouraging videos on my channel regularly. I show you what's happening in the crypto world, how certain regulations can be working against us, and how the Ripple v. SEC case appears to be a huge hoax. It's like something out of a movie. And yet, maintain a calm and optimistic outlook while you observe things unfold. Look at the new financial system taking shape as a huge network. We're all going to arrive at our destination at the same time. So, when that happens, I will be so happy. As the price of XRP increases, I anticipate creating many joyful movies to document our gradual financial independence. But, I'm going to end this video here. As always, I appreciate your attention. It means a lot to me that so many people are tuning into my videos. In the meantime, have a good one, and we'll catch up with you in the next one. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.